big plays. Our secondary has made the interceptions when we needed them, especially against Evangel and, against CMU, Tyler scooping the fumble up and taking it back. So turnovers change momentum in games, and we've been able to step up when we needed to and create a turnover.
You've had a lot of guys step up and make big plays. I know I've called a lot of different names with big plays this year.
Yeah, we're kind of a defense by committee, so hopefully, 1 week the linebackers step up, make big plays. The next week it's the D-line. The next week it's the secondary. And then if we're lucky, we'll get all three of them in one game.
These guys are really playing with confidence right now, as well as should.
Yeah, we've built the confidence throughout the year. So, every game you get a little more confident as you play. And I think we're ready to play. I think they've prepared well, and so we're going to see what we can do.
How about this team we'll face today, Ottawa? What do you know about them?
I know they're real good. Their quarterback is an excellent athlete. He used to be a wide receiver, so he's a dual threat. He can run, he can throw. Their offensive line's big. They move pretty decent. They have good wide receivers. They're very intelligent on offense. They run good routes. They know how to hurt you. And a lot of the time it's 11 on 11 with the zone read option scheme, so you have to be account for the dive and the quarterback and the pitch player.
Well, you get to this part of the year, everybody's good, right?
Yeah, when you're in the playoffs, every game is a huge game, and you have to prepare, for like it's a championship game.
How important it is to have these games at home?
It's huge. Having the Valley backers, we have such a great small college atmosphere at Missouri Valley, especially with the tailgating. A ton of our parents show up. We have, one of our players is from Louisiana, and his parents drive up every weekend to tailgate before the game. So, not having to get on the bus and do the bus ride and all those other things, it's great to be home.
Well, we've had a great season. We don't want to stop now. We want to go into the playoffs and stay in for a while, don't we?
Yeah, I told our players, we were really disappointed last year after going out in the first round against St. Francis, and we don't want to be a paper champion. We want to show that we can go deep into the playoffs. We have the quality on our football team to go deep into the playoffs, so it's a challenge, and I think our kids are ready to accept it.
Good luck today, Monty.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Monty Rowe, defensive coordinator of the Vikings. As we continue, we're about 12 minutes away from kickoff. We're going to talk it over with the head coach of the Vikings, Paul Troth. That's coming up in 30 seconds on the Vikings Sports Network.
Marshall Square is your apparel headquarters.
Sorry, Joe. It was a 75-yard run back for Hamilton. Interception run back, and it makes the score.
I'm going to do Troth, and then after that I'm going to go.
14-0.
So Hamilton's ahead. Are they still in the first quarter?
Yes, they just started.
14-0 Hamilton.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Nick.
Yep.
Pretty good on the Marshall Square.
Did you say it's Nathan doing it today? Nathan.
Coach Paul Troth joins us. Coach, go all the way back to August. Kids come in. Wow, it's a long season, and here you are into the second season, the postseason. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, that's always one of our goals. We want to win the conference. That's a goal we have every year, and our kids accomplish that. So that's pretty tremendous right in itself. And we get to go to the postseason, which is kind of a neat addition. But you always get greedy. You want one more.
10-0. That doesn't happen too many times. It's the second time I know it's happened for you here.
Well, it's people that coach and people play the game. It's kind of unusual, so it's a real tribute to our players, just how hard they've worked, and our coaches have worked extremely hard. And you don't start out the season saying you're going. Our goal wasn't to be 10-0. Our goal was to be 1-0. And all of you mentioned coming in August. I mean, that was our first thing. Is we had to go to McPherson. We weren't sure what we were going to get with a new staff, and kind of went into the game blind, and that's kind of where it started. But we were 1-0 that week, and our kids have done a good job of staying focused each week.
Yeah, you think all the way back to that game, Seth Martinko, he became a household name for Valley fans that day with a great catch on the drive that eventually.
He's a redshirt freshman. He's not the biggest kid. But the thing is we knew we had something in him. He could make some plays, and he's just continued to improve. He's a real hard worker. So that was kind of fun to see him develop this year.
Defensively, we lost some very good football players a year ago, but this defense has really come together as well.
Well, yeah, I mean, our defensive coaches, Monty Rowe and Barry Rave, Denny Honnold, do a great job on the defensive side. And we've had some great players, and they graduate and move on, and you know, there's another guy ready to take over. So, you know, we're going to try to play to our players' strengths a little bit and do the things we do well. But we've always relied heavily on our defense, and you have to play good defense to have a chance to win in the postseason.
And an offense that scores over 40 points a game. My goodness, this offense can be very explosive.
Yeah, we've got some kids that have made some big plays, and you know, we kind of got drugged down a little bit the last couple weeks season. weren't executing as well as we were early on, and you know, some of that was us, and some of it we were playing a team that was excited to play and motivated, and they ran a scheme that's kind of tough. And but you know, you can't do anything about those things now. The big thing is we want to go out offensively and try to execute really well.
Ottawa comes in 8-2, 8-game winning streak.
Well, they're a team. They've been in the postseason lots of times, and so you know, they're very experienced and they know what they're doing. They're well coached. I think Kessinger with his staff, they do a nice job. You know, and so at this point, everybody's good. I mean, these are the 16 best teams in the country, and so it's a chance to go out and test yourself against the top teams from all over the country. And this is our first test, and we're hoping to get by it.
How are they defensively?
They do a lot of different things, and so that's concerning. They rarely give you the same look 2 plays in a row. They base out of a 3-man front defensively, but you know, they run 4-man front. They do some 3-3 stack. They'll be in a 4-2. They'll be in a 4-3. They get into a 50. They run some bear. So they change it up just about every snap, and it's going to be important that we do a good job up front in recognition of what we're doing, and then blocking it up from there.
Well, I was at practice the other night, Coach. It seems like this group is fired up, ready to go.
Well, they're excited to play. I mean, we had a good week, and you know, our focus, our intensity at practice was really good this week, and I was pleased to see that. And you know, we try to preach to the kids that you know, you practice how you play. So you know, we're optimistic that we're going to go out and again, regardless of what Ottawa does, you know, what we're looking for is execution on our side, doing things right from our perspective. And if we do that, then I think we're going to have a chance.
3 of our big wins this year on the road, but boy, it's nice to be home.
Yeah, I mean, to play in front of the fans at home and the familiarity, I mean, it's awesome, and to get a playoff game, and really appreciative of the college and the administration and President Humphrey and what she's done, and it's been tremendous. And as, you know, any coach will tell you, and it doesn't matter whether you're high school or college, I mean, you have to have a supportive administration, and we're real fortunate that we have that here.
That's Paul Troth, and we talked to the coaches. We're going to introduce you to the starting lineups in just a moment. But, Joe, if you look at maybe a couple keys to this game, our defense against their offense. You look at this offense. How about this Shane Ginzo? He was a converted wide receiver, all-conference player in this KCAC. Listen to these numbers. It's 175 at 267 passing for 22 touchdowns and 9 interceptions. He's also rushed for 749 yards and 12 touchdowns.
Yeah, and he's probably a guy that likes to scramble a lot. And those guys can present some problems. They can roll out on you, and they've got that quickness, and they have the option of either running and throwing as opposed to a guy that stands back in the pocket that you can pressure. So I think that'll be the key, is trying to maybe keep him contained where he's got to stay in the pocket. Don't let him get outside. I think that's probably the key on defense.
Their best receiver is John Hilliger, 83 catches, over 1,000 yards and 12 touchdowns. But again, I just don't think many of these teams have faced a pair of cornerbacks like they're going to face today in Tyler Davis and LeQuentin Black.
You know, and there have been years where we've had some good defensive backs. I'm not sure we've ever had 2 cornerbacks as good as those 2 together. They play well together. You know, both of them handle punts and kicks, and LeQuentin and Tyler are just, and that cornerback is such a key position because so many times you're out on an island in pass coverage and you've got to cover their top receiver one-on-one, and these guys have answered the bell all year long.
And back to Ottawa, of course, they lost their first 2 games. We pointed out early, Baker was the first loss, then they lost to Kansas Wesleyan. So they have really been in the playoffs, if you will, knowing they'd have to win out in order to get where they are today, and that's here in Marshall.
Oh, yeah, and they're peaking right now. They're playing their best ball right now. As you said, they're the conference champs. The Vikings are the conference champs of the Heart of America. So this is what playoff football is all about. You got 2 teams that have had good seasons, and unfortunately only one will keep going after today, and let's hope it's us.
All right, we're going to meet the offensive and defensive starters for the Vikings when we return in 30 seconds on the Viking Sports Network.
save money.
Wonder how they did against
Cross Lumber in Marshall for the Owens
McPherson.
Joe, 21-0 Hamilton.
21. Okay, thank you.
Okay, all right, thank you.
With Owens Corning, pink is green. The installation's eco-friendly, and at La Crosse Lumber in Marshall, you can use their machine for free. It'll blow 1,000 square feet per hour. Owens Corning AutoCAD installation. Bring in your measurements and get a free estimate today at La Crosse Lumber, 152 West Morgan Street in Marshall.
Time now to meet the starters. Let's start with the offensive line.
Jacques Tony, Rockaway Park, New York. Robert Barrington, Jacksonville, Florida. Roy Wolfram, Winslow, Missouri. Dave Stewart, Lebanon, Missouri. Stephon Kelly, Queens.
Now the offensive receivers.
Chris Owens, St. Louis, Missouri. Alex Benson, Rochester, Minnesota. Seth Martinko, Odessa, Missouri.
And now the offensive backs.
Bruce Reyes, Beaumont, Texas. Xavier Stewart, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Delvon Franklin, St. Louis, Missouri.
Now the defensive team, starting with the defensive line.
Trip the Terminator Thomas, Memphis, Tennessee. Todd Phillips, East St. Louis, Illinois. Nick Pula, San Jose, California.
Now let's meet the linebackers.
Phil Kraft, St. Louis, Missouri.
Danny Reyes, Hesperia, California.
Michael the Machine Hall, St. Charles, Missouri. Andrew Hillman, Farmington, Missouri.
And now the defensive backs.
TD, STL by way of Oakland, CA. LaQuentin Black, Davis, Oklahoma. Michael Barnes, Beaumont, Texas. Phil Fowler, San Diego.
So there you have the offensive and defensive starters for the Vikings as we get ready for football this afternoon. Beautiful day. You couldn't ask for a better day in mid-November. We have one common opponent, right? Two common opponents. They lost to Baker. We defeated Baker. We both played McPherson.
Well, they lost to Baker 27-20, and like we said, I think they led most of that game. Then they played McPherson, it looks like week 6 of the season, and they beat them at home 38-14. You remember the Vikings played McPherson the opening game, and a game where the Vikes had to come from behind in the fourth quarter, the first of their 10 wins. So, you know, look at this Ottawa team, Ken. I mean, they after losing those first two, they've had some pretty impressive wins at a 25-21 win, but everything else has been pretty one-sided. They've been pretty dominant in their conference since those first two losses.
Yes, they have. The captains are out at midfield, and we'll see. Pretty sure if the Vikings win the toss, they will. The Vikings always like to go to work defensively, so let's see. Ottawa is going to get the football, and this crowd, late arriving crowd, but they're coming in now. And they are jacked up. They are rooting for the Vikings. Let's hope, Joe, this is the first of 3 straight weeks that we'll be at home.
Well, we've got the table set. I mean, if we can keep winning, we should be at home all the way through until the final game. But as Coach Paul Trout has said so many times, you take it one game at a time, and I'm sure all he's talked about all week is this Ottawa team, and that's the way you win. You focus on the team at hand.
Vikings the last couple of weeks, well, we went to Springfield, got down 14-0. We're scoreless into the second quarter against CMU last week, and that's something they hadn't been used to either. So we'll see if we can get off to a fast start today against a very talented ball club. I mentioned this Brave team. They're up front. It's Quentin Flaming, Austin Britt. Britt's 320, Flaming 284. The center is Tyler Rebel. He's at 270. Jonathan Spotville, right guard, 330. And Saul Esquavius is the right tackle as he's at 290. So they do have some beef on this team, no question about it.
Well, they do, and I think, Ken, I'd be real honest, the Vikings have gotten a couple wins the last 2 weeks, but I don't think we've been as sharp these last 2 weeks as we have been for a lot of the games of the year. So I think it's really important to kind of get that back. We got Central Methodist last week, but not one of the best efforts of the year, and then, of course, fell behind by a couple touchdowns against Evangel early on before coming back to win. So I think getting off to a good start, like you said, and using the home crowd and getting going. It's been a great season so far, and I think this team has the capability to go a long way if we can keep it together.
Well, Fabian Miramontes will kick it off, and going back deep is Donald Anderson. He's back there along with Tanner Stotts. Stotts will play some receiver. He'll play some running back. Miramontes has the southerly breeze at his back. And from Marshall, Missouri, the NAIA postseason football championships about to get underway. The crowd on their feet. Miramonte's into the football, and it is going to be returnable by Stotts. He'll bring it out from 5 yards deep. Out to the 10, and he breaks one tackle, and down he goes at about the 13. So he tried to get out of the end zone, didn't make it, and the Vikings do a good job special teams, as they seem to do all year long.
And I believe that was Stanley Pittman, the first man to make contact. Dominic McDonald hit him first, but he broke loose, and Pittman finished him off. And Stotts gets the ball out only to about the 14-yard line, so great coverage that time by the Viking kickoff team.
Shane Ginso is the quarterback. He is a converted wide receiver, and he really has put up some gaudy numbers. And on first down, they throw a little receiver screen, and that goes for an incomplete pass, I believe. Trying to get it to Travis Adamson, and that ball short-hopped him. It'll be incomplete. It'll be second down. It would have been a gain of only about a half yard anyway.
Yeah, even if he'd have caught that ball, Ken, LaQuinton Black was right in his face when he made the catch. So LaQuinton, we talk about the corners. They're quick enough to play these receivers heads up right on the line of scrimmage and cut down that short pass.
It'll be second down and 10. Ginzo again will work out of the shotgun as Dexter Hayes lined up. Now he sends Adamson in motion from right to left. Takes the snap, looks that way, throws that way. It's incomplete. Tyler Davis on the coverage. And for the second straight play, they try to go to Travis Adamson. It'll be 3rd and 10.
Yeah, Adamson they list him as a wide receiver, 6'2". He's out of Byers, Colorado, but Tyler Davis right there with him. And, Tyler's covered guys 6'2", 6'3", 6'4 all year long and done a great job.
He is an athlete. 3rd and 10 from the 15-yard line. Crowd cheering on this defense. On the third down play, a flag is thrown, and I think we're going to have a penalty, a procedure penalty against Ottawa. So now it'll be 3rd and 15, a 5-yard penalty. Kellen Hernandez, one of the receivers, and Cody Wood will rotate from the H-back out to the tight end spot. We introduced the offense to the defense to you. Trip Thomas, Nick Poole, and Ty Phillips up front. How about Ty Phillips? 12 sacks coming into today.
One of the best I've seen all year.
So it is 3rd down and 15. The ball now at the 10-yard line. Here's the snap. They want to throw. Rush is on. Throw it down the sideline. Incomplete. 3 straight pass plays and nothing to show for it. John Hilliger was the intended receiver. That pass was wide, and Tyler Davis on the coverage. So 3 and out. And Travis Adamson, a busy guy, will be back to punt, standing about 5 yards deep in his own end zone.
Well, the key to that drive, first of all, we pin them deep on the kickoff, then hold them 3 and out. So now they're going to have to kick out of the end zone with the wind in their face. Not as big a breeze as we had last week, but still a pretty decent wind. So Vikes should get good field position.
Quentin Black back there with Tyler Davis, and this is returnable. Davis is going to take it. Fumble, the ball is loose, and it's picked up by Ottawa. Oh, man, Tyler Davis, a line drive, and he fumbled it, and that's something you just don't see Tyler Davis do, but he fumbled it, and it was picked up by Ottawa, so they get a big play and a first down at their own 40-yard line.
Yeah, and that's a shame because Tyler fumbled that ball at about the 40. He'd probably had at least 5 yards. Vikes would have been fairly deep in the territory. Mason Simmel got that fumble recovery for Ottawa.
Well, the defense has to go back to work now after the turnover. Ginzo takes the snap, wants to throw over the middle. Tyler Davis picks it off. He just made up for that mistake. Here's Davis back to midfield. He's to the 45, and he gets it to the 40-yard line.
Yeah. Hey, you burn me once. You're not going to do it again, though. And so many times Tyler's come up with a big play, and it's kind of ironic. He returned the ball almost the exact same place that he fumbled the punt.
I'm watching him down on the sideline, and look at him. He's going, I made a mistake, guys, and I'm going to make a big play, and he just did. And Stephon Kelly, the big offensive lineman, just grabbed him and said, "Attaway, Tyler." Big play, and the Vikes have it 1st and 10.
I'm not sure I'd want to wake Tyler up. That could have been a great wake-up call for him, and he really made a big play there. And so Vikes have it 1st and 10 at the Ottawa 40, 14:25 to go in the first.
Well, that's where we would have had that punt. Vikings on first down. They're going to throw it, swing it out to Martinko. Martinko turns the corner. He's got about a 5-yard gain.
Yep.
Down to the 35-yard line. Roy Wolfram back in the lineup today at center. Rob Barrington and David Stewart the guards. Jock Toney and Stephon Kelly the tackles. Bruce Reyes, 123 out of 194 passing, is the quarterback. Xavier Stewart, the running back. We just mentioned Martinko. Alex Benson also in there. Chris Owens, the tight end, and Delvon Franklin, the H-back. 2nd down and 5, a gain of 5. at the 35-yard line of Ottawa. Play action. Reyes rolls, throws, and it's incomplete. Trying to get it to Benson, and that pass was thrown wide on the coverage was Donald Anderson. It'll be 3rd down and 5.
Yeah, Kent Benson that time when he tried to make his cut, or excuse me, Alex Benson made his cut to the outside, planted that foot and slipped and fell down. So he was trying to get up when the ball was thrown. So just a bad break there, but a big 3rd down play for the Vikings here.
3rd down and 5 as Reyes again out of that pistol. Waits the snap. The front 3 is Zach Lanning, Zach Van Dusen, and Pierce Hutchins. On 3rd down, Reyes throws again, slipping is Jacoby Bellard. And will the Vikings punt it or go for it here?
I don't know. That's twice. Almost the same place.
Vikes are going for it.
2 receivers go down. So, yeah, you got the ball in their territory at the 35. Even if you don't make it, you still give it to them in their own territory.
The Vikings are going to go for it on 4th down and 5 from the 35, but the same place on this turf, both receivers slip. So on the 4th down and 5 from the Ottawa 35-yard line, Reyes takes the snap, rolls, throws, caught, 1st down, and that is Mikael Johnson. Mikael went down to his knees. The pass was low, but he caught it for a 1st down, and the first 4th down conversion of the afternoon.
Mikael Johnson, a 5'11 freshman out of St. Louis, and Ken, he's a receiver we've seen get better and better as the year went on. It's gone on, and like you said, he had to go to his knees. That ball not far from the ground, but he reeled her in.
So the Vikings get the first down of the contest. Martinko goes in motion. Ball at the 27. Handoff to Stewart. Big hole, and Stewart fumbles the ball, but he was down.
Yeah.
And he was down at the 22. No question about that.
Boy. And
Coach Kessinger on the other side was hoping that he wasn't down, but even from our angle, you could see that he was down and was actually rolled over when the ball came out.
And you got to remember, in football, the ground cannot cause the fumble, so that's a gain of about 5 for Xavier Stewart, all the way down to about the 22-yard line, 2nd and 5 Vikings.
We're in the first quarter, no score. Valley trying to take the early lead, 13:24 to go in the first quarter. 2nd down and about 5. From the 22-yard line, Reyes hands it off. Here's Lenoris Dukes. Dukes finds a hole and is close to a 1st down and should have a 1st down as he runs outside the right hash mark down to the 15-yard line.
Well, it's Dukes. We're in Dukes land right now. Down inside that 30-yard line, you'll see a lot of Lenoris Dukes, and that time he found a hole on the right side of that line, lowered his head, kept those feet driving, and got all the way down to the 15. So the Vikings knocking on the door. 1st and 10 with 13:05 to go in the first quarter. No score here in Marshall.
Weston Coombs, one of the linebackers, along with Jake Granitz, Chris Magdalena, and Matt Gross. That's the linebacking core. Reyes rolls to his left. He's going to flip it over the middle. It's intercepted. And this ball is coming all the way back to the 20-yard line. Ball is fumbled. And let's see who's got it.
I think Ottawa got it, I believe. I think Ottawa.
Oh, and now there's some wrestling around as Bruce Reyes rolled, and he never saw number 22 and threw it right to him, Curtis Dawson.
Yeah, boy, what a hit by Delvon Franklin. I mean, Delvon Franklin flipped the defensive back up in the air, and that was
a bad decision. And Bruce has made a lot of good decisions, but that was not one of them. That's his 5th interception of the year.
That interception by Logan Schultz. He's a 5'10 senior defensive back out of Garden City, Kansas. He makes the pick for Ottawa. So Vikes 2 turnovers here in the first 2 minutes and 17 seconds of the game.
And a good job there by Curtis Dawson. He just stepped in front of the goal line, took it away. All right, Viking defense will have to go back to work. On the 1st down handoff, here's Hayes, and he gets a few yards. That's Dexter Hayes out of Wichita. Gets across the 20 to the 21-yard line. That's the first running play by Ottawa in this game. 12:29 to go first quarter, no score.
Trip Thomas there to make that stop for the Vikings. That's a gain of about 3 on the play. 2nd down and 7 for Ottawa.
Ginzo, quick snap. He wants to take off, and he's tripped up at the line of scrimmage. I didn't see who got a hand in there. Ginzo was trying to run up the middle, and he'll lose about a half a yard. It'll be 3rd down and 8.
I think Ty Phillips was the first guy. That was his big paw. I think Ty was on the ground, but I think he reached up and brought him down. So 3rd down, let's call it 3rd down and 7 for Ottawa. So another big 3rd down play. Let's see the Vikes make another stop here.
Vikings already with 2 turnovers in the first quarter. Third down, Ginzo working out of the shotgun with Hayes to his right. Takes the snap, rushes on, throws over the middle, incomplete. Had a heavy rush. Flag is thrown from way back about midfield, and they may call hold here on the Vikings.
Yeah, that could be some kind of defensive backfield penalty. That was thrown very deep in the Viking backfield, so let's see here.
Pass was intended for Kellen Hernandez.
It's either that or a hold. They could have seen a hold up on the line, but I think it's probably going to be something in the backfield.
Holding on the Vikings.
Yeah.
That pass was thrown from so Vikings with a defensive penalty and 2 turnovers in the first few minutes of this game.
You know, and the funny thing about it is the Vikings appear to me to be dominating the line of scrimmage right now, but with the mistakes we've made, 2 turnovers and now a penalty that's going to give Ottawa a first down, they're keeping them right in there, and they've got the ball 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
And that 5-yard penalty is a first down. That's probably why the pass was incomplete, or at least why it wasn't even close. So now working out of the pistol is Ginzo. He'll take the snap. They'll hand it off to Hayes. Nothing. He maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. Let's see. They're going to give him a yard to the 31-yard line as the Vikings just were all over that play.
Yeah, nice pursuit. I can tell you that Philip Fowler was not in that tackle. He was deep. Everybody else, I think, was in on that pile somewhere. So good job by the Vikings. That's a very short gain. Let's call it 2nd down and 9 for Ottawa.
Vikings turned it over at the goal line, so Ottawa with another chance. 2nd down. Looked like some movement. Now they're going to run the option play, and Ginzo's hit at the line, and down he goes. The Vikings blew that play up. They dominated the line of scrimmage. There was no place for him to go, and he's actually going to lose a yard. It'll be 3rd and 10.
Andrew Human was the first guy there to make the stop. Andrew, the 6'2 linebacker out of Farmington, he's a junior, and he's made some big plays all year and really got the quarterback that time in the backfield. It's a loss of a yard, 3rd down and 10, Ottawa.
Again, out of the shotgun is Ginzo. Sends a man in motion. That is Sean Wilkerson. Ginzo wants to throw it. Pocket holds, throws, receiver slipped, and that's about the 4th receiver that has slipped on this turf today. And falling down there was Cody Wood, the tight end. So it's going to be 4th down, and the Vikes forced yet another punt.
You didn't come out here with a water hose in the middle of the night and water this field down. Come out with a fire hose or anything?
Everyone's slipping around a little bit.
It's been a rough day for the receivers thus far, but now Ottawa's going to kick, and it looks like Tyler Davis will stand back right about his own 30-yard line to receive this punt. Bad snap.
Bad snap. This one's going to go into the end zone, and it rolls out of the end zone for a safety. A terrible snap, and the punter, Travis Adamson, had to track that one down into the end zone, and he wisely just kind of rolled it out of the end zone for the 2-point safety.
You know, that ball almost stopped on the back end of the end zone. There were 5 Vikings and 1 Ottawa person there. That would have been a touchdown if it hadn't rolled in the last foot.
Well, the Vikings now get 2 points, and they'll get the football. So both teams, maybe some jitters, making some mistakes early in this game. The Vikings have turned it over twice, but they have been able to come up with the defensive plays. And now a bad snap rolls through the end zone, and it's 2-0 Vikings, and the Vikes will get it back.
Yeah, and the Vikes needed that one. We had a couple bad breaks. Now we get a good break, and so the Vikes get on the board first here. And now Ottawa will have their choice. They'll line up at their own 20. They can either punt it or they can place kick it away on the kick. But again, they're kicking into the wind, so Vikes should get good field position here on this.
I think they're going to kick it. At least it appears to me that they're going to kick it. It looks like that is Dominic Segala, who will come in to kick it. He's not the P18 field goal kicker. That's Jeff Stamp. Maybe he's got a stronger leg. And LaQuentin Black, who has 1 touchdown return for a touchdown, or 1 kickoff return for a touchdown.
See if we can
and here comes the kick. And it's pretty good. And it's going to be taken by LaQuentin Black at the 20. He brings it up the left side to the 30, 35, 40. He's through to the 40. LaQuentin Black is to the 30, to the Ottawa 20, to the 10. No flags. Touchdown. LaQuentin Black takes it 80 yards.
Boy, what a run. And Mark, I was just thinking when he caught that ball, I better watch where he catches it. He might take this one all the way. He caught it right between the 20 and the 21, so let's call that a 79.5-yard touchdown run.
Can these guys come up with big plays?
Oh, man.
Wow. LaQuentin Black, and I mean, he went, Joe, south to north. He never moved offline.
And I don't think the kicker got a hand on him. That was it.
Vikings go for the 2-point conversion. I don't think they got there. They line up in that. Swinging gate, and they try to go for 2. And this time, Travis Thornton didn't get in. But it's 8-0 Vikings. And that happened in a hurry. 10-12 to go in the first quarter. We're back in 30 seconds. Vikings Sports Network.
When you put food on your table,
that's big. Great hole. Great hole.
Yeah, that was. Oh my,
Nathan, if you got a Hamilton score, Hamilton Salisbury.
Their products and being a positive member of our community.
Nathan.
Not to mention, it's a great place to work. They're committed to your family's continuous nutritional health as local producers of kids cuisine meals, Marie Calendar pasta, banquet dinners, and pot pies, and Healthy Choice Cafe.
Kicker had one shot at him.
He got a hand on him, but he couldn't bring him down.
In Marshall. For more, go to ConAgraFoods.com.
That's big.
Well, the Vikings turn it over a couple of times early, but they are on the board, and it all started with a bad snap on a punt that rolled to the end zone for a safety, and then on the kickoff, LaQuentin Black, the transfer out of Oklahoma City, played Division I at Tulsa, his second kickoff return for a touchdown this season.
You know, the thing that's impressive, Ken, it had been awful easy for the Vikes to get their daubers down after 2 straight turnovers, a holding call to give Ottawa a first down, pretty decent field position. But this team they didn't bend a bit, and they came back with a vengeance, forced the 3 and out, got the bad snap, and then took that kick all the way back. And I don't think much gets these guys down.
No.
I think they're pretty resilient.
Good crowd here, good student crowd here off to my left. And they're enjoying a nice sunny day. Miramontes will kick it off. Stotts back deep. And this is going to be very short. This is going to be taken by Donald Anderson at the 3. Anderson back to the middle of the field to the 15. Anderson has some room, and now he's going to be hit and knocked down by, it looks like, Michael Barnes at the 25-yard line.
And Michael Barnes made a good hit that time. In fact, Anderson, he's a pretty good guy, 6 feet, 205. He's a senior out of Kansas City, and Michael Barnes stood him up right about the 25-yard line. So, once again, pretty good kick coverage by the Vikings as Ottawa will take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They trail at 8-0 with 10:06 to go, still in the first quarter.
Shane Ginzo, the all-conference quarterback in the KCAC, will stand at his own 20, take the snap, wants to throw a little screen, completes it for a few yards across the 30 out to the 33-yard line to John Hilliger. That's the first catch by Hilliger. He also is an all-conference player. And it'll be 2nd down and about 2 as a nice gain of 8.
Tyler Davis made the stop with the Vikings, an ankle tackle, but a good gain.
Now they'll run that bubble screen to the other side of the formation and pick up the first down. LaQuentin Black wraps up Travis Adamson and throws him out, but it is a first down at about the 40. And that's a play that we're going to see the Braves run a lot, is that quick wide receiver screen. They love to run that play.
Pretty obvious they want to throw the ball. They've done very little on the ground yet.
Now they'll keep it. Ginzo straight up the middle, and he's going to pick up a few yards to the 46. They're really going into a hurry-up offense right now, so the Vikings can't make any changes as they are not even huddling. They're getting right to the line of scrimmage. Vikings now trying to move some players in and out as Rafi McLeod checks in. But Ginzo already taking the snap. Hands that one off, and Tripp Thomas blows up the play as he nails Dexter Hayes back at the original line of scrimmage.
Tripp Thomas was right in there that time. Great play by Tripp on the play before DeMarcus Blackman was in there to blow that one up. So Vikings, pretty good job that time. It's going to be 3rd down now and a long 9. Ball back about the 41-yard line. Nice play by the defensive end, Thomas, that time.
Wow, was he in there in a hurry, and he did not miss Dexter Hayes. 3rd and 9 from the 41-yard line. Vikes lead 8-0. As Ginzo waiting for the snap, gets it, looks to throw, rushes on. He does not get away. He is going to be sacked. He tried to get out of that pile, and somebody reached around, grabbed him, and that'll be a sack back at the 37 to bring up 4th and 13.
I think that was Ty Phillips. I think Ty's the one that made the hit. Also in that backfield, Leon Jackson, the big defensive lineman. So good pressure that time. And so for the 3rd time today, Ottawa will line up to punt.
And the Vikings gave up a couple of first downs, but not much more. They almost get this one very short. Vikings need to stay away from this ball, and they will. This is going to be down at the Viking 45-yard line. A very short punt. Sean Wilkerson downs it, but the Vikings have great field position, their own 45-yard line.
We'll give Big D, Dominic McDonald, credit on that. He was right in that punter's lap. He didn't get the block, but he was right in his face. And I think probably made him hurry it up a little bit. Maybe he couldn't get his full leg extension. So, once again, Vikes pretty good field position at their own 45. 8 minutes and 1 second left here in the first quarter. Vikes up by 8.
And they have great field possession. Reyes sends his big tight end, Chris Owens, to the right side of the formation, takes the snap, backpedals, looks, throws, and it's through the hands of Jaron Gordon. The pass was high, and it was incomplete. Boy, when that ball's tipped, it's dangerous, but it'll be second down. Probably one that Gordon should have caught.
Gordon should have. I mean, it was a high catch. You got to go up and get that one. Gordon, a pretty good-sized receiver, 6'3", 180. He's a junior out of Seaside, California. Ran a nice pattern, just didn't quite pull it in.
So it is second down and 10 from the 45-yard line. Franklin goes in motion. Reyes takes the snap, hands it off. Vikings want to run. They get a yard. Not much there. It'll be third down and 9 as Martinko checks into the offensive backfield now. At halftime, Chad Waller, the Director of Communications and Sports Information for the NAIA, will join me. We'll talk about the football playoffs and also about soccer playoffs. And then Vladi Simic, he is the head men's soccer coach at Valley. He'll also be our guest. We have soccer coming up at 6:30 tonight. First round of the NAIA tournament. Hannibal LaGrange will be here.
Linebacker Matt Gross made that last stop for Ottawa.
Third down and 9. Reyes back to throw. Pocket hole, throws, and
that should have been interference.
Boy, there's
a
lot of contact and no call as Benson was tripped.
Alex
Benson trying to get to it.
Donald Anderson just chest butted Alex Benson that time. That should have been a pass interference call right there. There was pretty, sometimes you say incidental contact and doesn't amount to much. That was a little bit more than incidental, I think.
But Ottawa holds defensively, and for the first time, Jason Maiden out of Carrollton will be into punt. Averages 38 yards a punt. Standing back at his own 32-yard line. Joaquin Burgess, good snap. Punt is away, and this is going to be fielded back at the 5-yard line. Back to the 10, and the Vikings stop that play at the 15-yard line. Josh Sims, a bad reserve quarterback, is wrapped up at the 15-yard line.
Yeah, on the stop there for the Vikings was Joaquin Burgos. He was there to make the stop. Also in on the tackle was Sherrard Allen, one of the defensive backs for the Vikes. So good punt coverage that time by the Vikings. That pins Ottawa back at about their own 16-yard line. So Burgos and Allen, good coverage that time.
Good job by Burgos. He snaps the ball. He's a long snapper, and then he gets down to make the tackle.
Yeah, it was a good play.
First down, empty backfield. New look now for the Braves. As Ginzo stands at the 10. And he wants to keep it. He's hit at the line of scrimmage. Now the Vikings swarm. A gain of about 2. It'll be second down and 8. Vikings right now, Joe, are winning the battle at the line of scrimmage on those running plays.
Yeah, that was Tripp Thomas that time. Tripp came from that left defensive end position, got in there and made that stop, and that's a gain of only 1 on the play. And you're right. I think the Vikes have dominated on both sides of the line of scrimmage, and that is a big key.
Jeremy Cabrales in that backfield now. Also, Stotts is back there on second down and 8. Here's the snap. They're going to give it to Stotts. Stotts hit. No gain, maybe a yard.
Mr. Phillips, I believe. Yeah, that's Ty.
Wow.
Ty.
You run that left side. You run where Ty Phillips is located. You're going to have a problem.
Ty looked like a blocking back that time. He was right in that backfield when that handoff was made.
Third down and 8. And again, trying to hurry up are the Braves. Deep in their own end, trailing 8-0. Ginzo takes the snap, rolls to his left, wants to throw it. Now he pulls it down, throws it short, and it's complete for a first down. He had time, and the rollout gave him just a little extra time to find John Hilliger. Hilliger, his favorite receiver, and he found an opening and picks up a first down at the 28-yard line.
Yeah, good hit by Michael Barnes, but as you said, Ginzo too much time to throw. Vikes have been putting good pressure on, but that time he rolled out and bought some extra seconds.
First down. Now they'll hand the ball off, and Stotts is hit. No gain. He'll lose a yard back at the 29-yard line. So second down and 11 coming up. Stotts was lined up on the left side, came back in motion. They gave him the ball, and there was just nothing there. It's second down and 11.
I think that was Nick Pula that made the first hit. The big nose guard kind of moved well to the outside and brought Stotts down. It's actually a loss of about a yard.
5:16 to go first quarter, 8-0 Valley. KMMO Marshall with us on the broadcast, along with Stretch Internet and Livestream.com. Second down, ball is fumbled. It's still loose. I think the Vikings have it. I don't think Ginzo was able to get back on it. I thought one of the Vikings, nope, I guess not. I thought one of the Vikings was able to get in there, but Ginzo somehow reached down there and pulled that ball in. But it's a big loss. It'll be third down.
There was a pile right there, and the ball was lying at one person's feet. I couldn't tell who jumped on it, but somebody from Ottawa must have done that. So it'll be third and about 16 now for the Braves. So let's see if we can get another pick right here.
Going wide to the left side for the Braves is Travis Adamson. And he'll be covered over there by LaQuentin Black. Third and 16. And rolling out. Throwing to the sideline. Completing it for a short gain. And going down to one knee. And now they finally get the whistle is Sean Wilkerson. The Vikings were there. Human was over there. Looked like Isaac Reed was there. Fowler. There were a bunch of them around there.
Philip Fowler on the tackle. Philip couldn't get him down, but he wasn't going to let go of that one leg. So he stopped forward motion. So Ottawa, so the Vikes hold for the fourth time today, so this defense once again has stepped up. We're down to 4:46 to go here in the first quarter. Vikings with an 8-point lead should get the ball back, and again, should be with pretty decent field position.
As Adamson back to punt, standing at his own 15. Another high snap. He pulls this one down. Vikings do not go after the block here. Tyler Davis will let this one bounce and stay away from it. And now he picks it up. Boy, that was dangerous and not a smart play. And he is down at the 24, and I'm sure that Barry Rave will be talking to him about that.
Well, really, I think Tyler should have caught that punt. I know he's a little bit leery after fumbling that one earlier, but normally he's very sure-handed. So, a couple more steps up, he could have caught that one. But nonetheless, it's going to be back about the 24-yard line. Vikes will take over first and 10.
Valley, the last team left in the conference, as St. Francis knocked out Baker this afternoon, 22-17, and Cumberland's outscored Mid-America 42-24.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised Mid-America got beat. They've been playing very well. Of course, they were on the road, had to make a long trip into, where was that, Kentucky? Or
into Kentucky, Cumberland, Kentucky. First down for the Vikings. Reyes waits for the snap and runs into his own running back. And, boy, the Vikings a little out of sync there. And it'll be second down and 10. Reyes did the smart thing, though. He turned and tried to get back to the line of scrimmage, lost a couple of yards. It'll be second down and 12.
Yeah, just kind of a busted play that time, and Bruce did all he could do, just tuck that ball and run and try to get as much as you can. We lose a couple on the play, so ball's back to about the, looks like about the 22-yard line.
3:56 to go first quarter. Valley up 8-0. The only touchdown, a kickoff return. Here's the handoff, Lenoris Dukes, and Lenoris plows forward, right hash mark, across the 25, out to the 27. It'll bring up third down at about 7.
Yeah, that was Zach Lanning, defensive lineman out of McPherson, Kansas, a big 250-pound freshman there to make the stop for Ottawa. That's a gain of, looks like a gain of about 5 for Reyes, so it's going to be third down and 7 for the Vikings. Ball just across their own 25, 3:25 left in the quarter, 8-0 Vikings.
Reyes working out of the pistol, takes a look over to the Viking sideline. Ball is at the Viking 27-yard line. He takes the snap, rolls. He's got room to run. He wants to throw it. It is complete. Mikal Johnson again at the 39 for a first down. And Joe, you're right. Mikal Johnson is really becoming a big part of this offense.
Good route by Mikal that time. And did you see Reyes put nice touch on that ball? Just looped it right over the defensive back, right in the arms of Mikal. So, and Bruce could have almost run for the first down, but he found Mikal along the sideline. So a nice third down conversion there if the Vikes get it to their own 40.
And a fresh set of downs. Beautiful day here in Marshall. They want to throw it again to the sideline. Martinko breaks one tackle. Martinko breaks another one. He's across midfield and then rudely thrown out of bounds at the 49-yard line of Ottawa, but he turned a 5-yard gain into an 11-yard gain and a first down.
You know, I think Seth Martinko is one of those kids when he first came out, most of the squad's probably saying, what's that little guy doing out here? And now they're saying, man, I'm glad we've got him. He's an explosive player. He gained about 5 yards that time after he caught the ball, and there were people all around him. So the Odessa products made so many big catches all year. There was another one right there as he takes the ball into Ottawa territory, 1st and 10.
So the Vikings a couple of first downs on this drive with 2:30 to go in the quarter rather. Now back to throw is Reyes. He looks deep. Reyes has Martinko there and he can't catch up with it. Reyes let it fly. The wind may have gotten that one a little bit. Martinko had gotten behind the two defensive backs, but the pass was overthrown. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Martinko, by the way, a lot of his teammates say he's our Wes Welker, and that's a pretty good compliment.
That's a good comparison, and that was almost a 49-yard touchdown pass right there. Reyes threw the ball well. Martinko ran a good pattern. Another about a yard shorter, that'd been a touchdown.
So it is 2nd down and 10 from the 49-yard line. Reyes wants to throw again. Pocket holds. He throws. He completes this one. Once again, it's Mikael Johnson. The Braves go to strip the ball, and he's holding on to it for dear life, and he has a first down at the 34-yard line of the Braves.
Two receivers that have really come around for the Vikes in the last few weeks. Mikael Johnson, like you just said a minute ago, and Jonathan Bird. And we haven't seen Jonathan catch anything yet today, but he made some big catches in that Evangel game. Made a couple nice catches last week against Central Methodist.
Vikes on the move. This drive started deep in their own end. Now they'll give it off to Lenore's Dukes. Dukes with a big hole. Dukes cuts inside, and he stumbles and goes down at the 19-yard line of the Braves. That's another Viking first down.
Yeah, defensive back Nate Bruto, a senior out of Kansas City, made a touchdown-saving tackle that time as he brings Lenore's down, but not till Leno takes that ball all the way down inside the 20-yard line to about the 19. So once again, Vikings knocking on the door.
Did you see those big linemen on that sweep? They were having some fun. It's first down at the 19. Martinko goes in motion in front of Reyes, who takes the snap. Throws it out to Martinko. Martinko heads upfield. Martinko breaks a couple of tackles inside the 15, just outside the right hash mark, and he's going to get it all the way down to the 14-yard line. That's a nice gain of about 5 yards.
Yeah, 5-6 yards on the play, and Martinko once again a good job of running after he made the catch. So Vikings inside that 15. So let's see if we can punch this in. We've only got a minute 14 left in the quarter, already leading 8-0.
Good drive underway. The Vikes need to keep it going, as Joe said. 2nd down and 5. And they hand it off to Dukes. Dukes right side. Dukes is down to the 10, maybe the 9. Close to a first down goes the young man from Little Rock.
Yeah, tackle on that play. Zach Lanning, the big lineman out of McPherson, 250-pound freshman there to make that stop, but that's a little bit short of a first down. They're going to mark that right about the 10, I think. Got to get to the 9 for first down, so let's call it 3rd and 1.
38 seconds to go here in the first quarter, 8-0 Valley. 3rd and less than a yard.
Do you fake to Dukes and let Reyes run? Or
he's done that before very well. They're going to give it off to Lenore. Straight ahead to the 5 and into the end zone. 12th touchdown of the year for Lenore's Dukes. He flips the ball to the official, and the Vikings have a 2-score lead. Now on the run by Lenore's Dukes. Again, his 12th touchdown of the season.
Yeah, Lenore's had a full head of steam, and give that Viking offensive line a lot of credit. They cleared a big hole, and on that play a few minutes ago, that big running play when Lenore's almost broke it, they cleared a big hole too. So nice job of blocking that time. Good running by Dukes, and Vikings up 14, trying to make it 15-0.
And Fabian Miramontes will attempt the extra point. Was Travis Thornton holding? Ball down. Kick is on the way. It's up. It is through. And Fabian Miramontes is now 50 for 50 PATs on the year. Vikings up 15-0. Late first quarter. We'll be right back. Viking Sports Network.
Hey, Joe.
Yeah.
34-0 Hamilton.
Wow. What, second quarter?
Last time I talked to Larry, it was second way halfway through.
Is this Nathaniel?
Yes.
Oh, I thought it said it was Nathan. Okay,
nope.
So that sounded like you.
I'm here on my birthday.
It's your birthday. Well, many more happy returns.
Thank you.
So 34-0 Hamilton.
Yep.
Okay.
$15-0 is our score as the Vikings rolling here late in the first quarter. Boy, that was a nice drive, Joe. That drive started all the way back at about the 20, 25-yard line, and the Vikings really took their time, made some big plays, a couple big catches by Mikael Johnson, and they go in to score.
Well, a good job of mixing the pass and the run, and that's something Coach Paul Troth, who calls the offensive plays, something he does so very well, and the Vikings really mixed it up that time. Ken, we've got a high school score, of course. This is semifinal day in high school football. On the FM side, KMMO Hamilton leads Salisbury 34-0 in the second quarter. The winner of that game will go to the Show Me Bowl next week in St. Louis.
Big crowd here today, and so far most of the fans, at least on our side, are enjoying it. And I'll tell you, give the Ottawa Braves, look at that squad. Look at those fans across the way wearing their black and gold. They have a huge crowd of Ottawa fans
they've got
across the way.
A lot of Valley fans on the other side of the field, though, in that dress
enjoying some sunshine. Miramontes to kick it off. And he'll send this one into the end zone for Donald Anderson, and he thinks better about bringing this one out and will take the touchback, and why not? They'll get the ball at the 25-yard line.
Well, Viking defense has done very well all day, and I think Ottawa's had to punt something like 5 times already. So let's see if we can hold one more time. We're down under a minute, 21 seconds left here in the half, or in the quarter. So it's been a good first quarter for the Vikings, up 15-0.
Started with a safety, then a kickoff return, and now a nice long drive, and Lenoris Dukes with the touchdown. His 12th of the year. First down for Ginzo as he sends a man in motion. That's Wilkerson from left to right, and now looks back to throw, and there's a flag down, and I think they're going to call motion
yep,
as Wilkerson was almost looked like he was in the Canadian Football League, and he turned up field before the snap, and can't do that.
I think you can take one step towards the line, but I think that's it, and I think they caught him that time. So that's
kind of turned upfield.
Going to back him back 5 yards. It'll be 1st and 15 now, back at the 20-yard line.
And we're down to 19 seconds to go in the quarter. A long first quarter, but that's okay as long as the Vikes have the lead. Well, they maybe wanted to add some time to the clock. I don't know. It's going to be 1st and 15. Again, at halftime, a couple of good guests. Chad Waller, he's the Director of Communications and Sports Information for the NAIA. We'll visit with him. We're talking about football, soccer, volleyball's going on right now, so he's very busy. And then Vladi Semic, the head soccer coach for Valley, as the Vikings will take on Hannibal LaGrange right here, Greg Mitchell, at 6:30 tonight in the first round of the NAIA soccer playoffs.
And you're doing that one, too,
yeah, we'll be here tonight for soccer, too.
Want me to email you a sandwich about
It'll be fun. It'll be a fun day. I'm going to go over that tailgate area. Somebody will have something between games.
You'll have plenty. Yeah, you'll do okay.
Had a big tailgate today near the Burns Center. A lot of folks were over there, and they're really having some fun.
I don't know what the delay is right now. We just had a motion penalty against Ottawa. It's 1st and 15. The officials, one official standing right over the ball. Looks like one official on the Vikings sideline and one's over on the Ottawa sideline. So must be some kind of a high-level meeting out there.
Very high level. Now I think we're ready to go. It'll be 1st and 15 after the 5-yard motion penalty. As Ginzo surveys the field, gets it, wants to hand it off to Hayes. Boy, is he hit hard right at the 20-yard line. And he was going forward, and boom, did he hit the turf. Somebody hit him about waist high, and that was the end of that play. And I have a feeling it was big Leon Jackson.
Yeah, Leon Jackson was there. Taylor Moore was there, and I think Mike Hall was there also. I'm not sure Mike might have been the one. He was in on that tackle too. So Jackson, Moore, and Hall, nice job. That's what the Vikes do so well. They gang tackle very well.
Now, we'll keep it right here during the break. That's the end of the first quarter as the Vikings lead it by the score of 15-0. Glad to have you with us on KMMO Marshall, on Stretch Internet, and also on Livestream.com. The Viking defense, look at this. They're second in the nation in scoring, giving up just 12.3 points a game. They're fourth in total defense at 243 yards a game. 14th against the rush at 105. That's unusual. They're usually 1 or 2 against the rush. And second in the country against the pass, giving up just 137. They're 10th in sacks. And 4th and third down conversion, only 26%. So Monty Rowe's defense has it going again. I'll guarantee you that.
Well, not just this year. That defense has been together year after year after year. That's been one of the strong points of this team. And, and I think it's a good balance between the offense and the defense. They complement each other. And then we've also gotten very strong special teams play throughout the year. That's what's made this team so special. But I think a key, the Vikings, 2 turnovers in that first quarter, yet by the end of the quarter, we're ahead 15-0.
I think that's exactly right, Joe. Those 2 turnovers came really quite pretty close together, and that really could have said, the Vikes could have said, what are we doing here? But, boy, they didn't. They just kept it going. So it's 2nd down and 15. Absolutely no gain by Hayes on that play as we start the second quarter. The Braves will have the wind at their back. Ginzo takes the snap, rolls to his right, wants to throw, does to the sideline, and it is complete, short of the first down as he gets it to Travis Adamson. Just flipped it over the outstretched arms of Phil Kraft. Nice catch. It'll bring up 3rd at about 1.5 yards.
And Kraft barely missed a pick 6 on that, just barely over his outstretched arms. It was a good throw by Ginzo. If Phil could have caught that ball, it would have been 21-0.
3rd down and 4. They have to get to the 35-yard line to pick up a first down. Ginzo back to throw, up the middle. He scrambles away and tries to get the first down yardage. He did not. Now he's going to be short. They're going to mark that at the 34, and that is about 0.5 yard shy of the first down, if indeed the linesman on this side gets the mark.
And that was big Taylor Moore. Taylor Moore, 6'3", 243 pounds out of Springfield, a freshman, drugged the quarterback down from behind. Great play by the big defensive lineman.
You know how you know right now that Coach Kent Kessinger just for a brief moment thought, let's go for it, but no, not at your own 35-yard line.
And not against this kind of defense.
So Adamson back to punt it away again. Good snap. Rushes on. He's going to get it away. Nice high spiral with a win. And this is going to send LeQuentin Black back to his own 15. LeQuentin trying to get to the right side. There's a block in the back. And he goes down at the 15-yard line. Fumbled the ball. And let's see, they're going to rule him down or give Ottawa the ball. Ottawa gets it.
Wow.
A 3rd turnover of the game. A block in the back and a fumble. Oh, my.
That big play right there.
LeQuentin Black fumbled the ball. And Ottawa gets it back at the 20-yard line of the Vikings. Wow.
Well, LeQuentin caught the ball and started upfield, and he fumbled after he was hit. And there was a penalty. Somebody did block in the back, but I'm sure Ottawa will refuse that because that's going to be against the Vikings, although the officials are conferring right now.
Now they'll take the football.
Yeah, oh, certainly.
Oh.
Block in the back. Number 57 during the return. And there's a fumble on the play. Penalties decline.
Yeah, so Ottawa gets the football.
19-yard line, 1st and 10. So by far their deepest penetration of the game. Vikings lead at 15-0, but Ottawa in great field position right now.
A team that really tries to take care of the ball, does not turn it over, has 3 turnovers here in the first half.
Yeah, and by a couple of our very reliable ball players.
Yeah. Well, let's see if this defense can shut them down here now. And let's see if a lot of times in this situation, the offense will go for the big strike play. This is a high-powered offense. They average 38 points a game. 3rd Viking turnover. Ball at the 19. Empty backfield for Ginzo. He is hit as he throws. It is caught for the touchdown. So the turnover turns into points as John Hilliger on a slant pattern scores to make it 15-6. Good play, and I'm telling you, he barely got that ball away, but he did for a touchdown.
Yeah, I think that was Mike Hall was right in his face when he unloaded that ball, but give Ginzo credit. He found Hilliger and laid that ball right on the money. So just like that, Ottawa gets a break. They take advantage of it, and they're right back in this game.
And Stamp to attempt the extra point. Well, you thought they might go for it on that first down. Here's the extra point attempt. It's up, and it's good. And so the fumble turns into 6, and all of a sudden, momentum may have switched. It's 15-7, Vikings with a lead on the Viking Sports Network.
It's halftime now, and Hamilton 34-0 still.
Thank you.
I'd agree with that.
But when it comes to your metalwork needs, we're the guys to call.
Y'all are nuts, but you do know welding.
So call Ernie, Bob, and Homie. We're the nuts that make the bolts fit together. Heitzel Brothers in Marshall. We're just nuts about what we do. Call 886-7775.
Well, a fumble, and on the next play, boy, I'll tell you what, Ginzo was hit, but he was able to throw it to his favorite receiver, and that was John Hilliger for the touchdown. It's 15-7 Valley.
Yeah, Ginzo took quite a shot that time. Again, I think it was Mike Hall, but I kind of took my eye off of him when I saw the touchdown. But Ginzo put it right on the money. So this, you can't, this team's got comeback ability, and they like to throw the ball. And Ginzo looks like he's a real deal at quarterback. So let's see if we can get a good return here, get good field position on this kickoff.
13:46 to go in the first half. 15-7 Valley with an 8-point lead. So here comes the kick with the wind at the back, and this is going to be returnable. I don't think so. LaQuentin Black goes back in the end zone. He's going to bring it out. He is to the 10, to the 15, across the middle. LaQuentin Black across the 30. He is to the 40. LaQuentin Black to midfield and finally down at the Ottawa 42-yard line. Well, I was saying don't bring it out.
No, go.
Oh, my goodness. Well, Tyler Davis fumbled a punt, and then he had an interception. LaQuentin Black fumbles a punt, and now he returns the kickoff all the way back to the 41-yard line of Ottawa.
Yeah, he took that ball. I think he's about 8 yards deep in the end zone when he caught that punt. So that's 58 plus, where are they marking it? At the 4. So 58, about a 67-yard punt return that time. Matt Sandgren there to make the stop, but Vikings with great field position.
Well, let's see if the Vikes can get that score right back. Mikel Johnson goes in motion. They're going to hand it off. Lenore's Duke straight ahead. He gets inside the 40, running between the hash marks down to the 39. That's a 2-yard gain.
You know, on that run by LaQuentin, you're saying, what? No, go.
Take it at the 25-yard line.
Yeah.
The young man has confidence in his ability.
Well, and he's got ability. There's no doubt about that.
And the kicker really was the one that saved that. So it'll be 2nd down and 8 from the 39-yard line. Vikings keep it on the ground again. It's Dukes, not much there. And Taylor Beasley is in at quarterback on this series. It'll be 3rd down and 7.
Jake Granite's a 200-pound junior linebacker from Northridge, California, there to make a nice tackle in the hole for Ottawa. So it's going to be 3rd down and 8 for the Vikings. So big 3rd down play right here. Vikes don't want to give the ball right back to Ottawa after they just scored.
Taylor Beasley, 48 out of 83 this year, 5 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. And he takes the snap. He's going to throw on 3rd down. He throws. It's incomplete. And, boy, the Viking fans wanted interference. They're not going to get it. And now it's 4th down and about 8.
That was Devontae Corbett, one of the defensive backs, was all over that Viking receiver. But I'm not sure that was a catchable ball, though. That ball was pretty low.
Vikings are going to punt it.
Yeah, I think that's the wise thing to do right now. Let's pin them back deep and maybe get a turnover.
So 3 and out, and that's what the Vikings did not want there, leading 15-7 with 12:31 to go in the first half.
And Vikings kicking into the wind, so Maiden can probably boom this one pretty good. We'll get Ottawa should get him pretty deep if he gets a good kick away.
Nate Bruto back deep. Maiden gets a good snap. Rushes on, he gets it away, and this one, fair catch is called for, and it's going to go into the end zone. So touchback. And the Viking defense comes back to work. Give Ottawa some credit. As a big kickoff return, but they stiffen, and nothing there.
Well, defense has to step up now and take charge again. They've done a good job all day, and let's see if we can hold them, because then we should get the ball back in good field position if we can do that.
Vikings are up 15-7, 12:23 to go in the first half. But Shane Ginzo threw that slant pass to Hilliger for the touchdown to make it a ball game. Here's the snap. Back to throw. Rushes on. They throw it to Hilliger. Hilliger hit after a gain of about a yard by Mike Hall. They threw that wide receiver screen, and Mike Hall was there on the tackle, a gain of only a yard.
Stanley Pittman, one of the linebackers, rushing. Good pressure on Ginzo that time, and like you said, a nice tackle by Hall in the open field.
But 2nd down, back to throw again to the sideline. He throws it to Hilliger, steps out of bounds, shy of the 1st down at the 26.
Tyler Davis there on the stop for the Vikings. So another short pass. And I thought that was a flag on the field, but one of the one of the Ottawa receivers is wearing orange shoes. So that's what I thought was a flag.
That was one of those big linemen, Quentin Flaming. It looks like a flag every time.
Yeah,
Third down and 4. Ginzo maybe changing the play at the line of scrimmage. Vikings show blitz. Here's the snap. Here they come. Here he completes it. It's going to be very short. That's going to be a first down at the 31-yard line. Just a very short pass, and again, it was Hilliger, and that is a first down. Hilliger, a 1,000-yard receiver this year, and it's first down at the 31-yard line.
Philip Fowler made the stop, but just a step late that time.
Again, back to throw. Throwing over the middle of Hilliger, and it is intercepted by Tyler Davis. That is a spectacular play. Tyler Davis, man-to-man with Hilliger. He just went up, and he somehow pulled that down.
Well, that was called an interception of desire. Tyler Davis just wanted that ball more than the receiver did that time. He stepped right in front and took that ball away. And once again, the junior comes up with a big play on the defensive end. And, boy, we just count on him so much, and he always seems to come through.
Wow. I mean, I thought, most defensive backs would reach up, knock that away. He said, no, I've got to get me an INT.
Well, and Hilliger stands 6'2", 6'3", and Tyler's only 5'11", and I think that's a stretch.
Oh. Ball now at the 44 of the Vikings. Both teams turning it over here. Hand off. They give it off to Stewart. Hit in the backfield. No gain as he tried to run to the left. It'll be second down and 11. Reyes back into quarterback. Both defenses are really starting to stiffen here. Let's take a look at the Ottawa numbers. Defensively, they gave up 354 yards a game this year, but only 7 rushing touchdowns and 15 passing touchdowns, giving up just 20.6 points a game. So their defense isn't bad either.
And that's Jake Granite's a big linebacker out of Northridge, California. He's been in that backfield. He's pretty tough, second and 11. And I guess Beasley's back in at the quarterback
I thought
spot.
Reyes was there, but looks like Beasley's out there for a second series. Takes the snap. And Stewart runs into him. So, again, that's about the second or third time that's happened today. And now it's going to be third down and 10. I don't know if Reyes has heard of this, just that quarterback switch that the Vikings do from time to time.
Matt Gross there, linebacker out of Blue Springs, 186-pound senior, there to make a nice stop for Ottawa. So it's third down and 11. Vikes at their own about 43-yard line, so we need a first down here.
Well, Bruce Reyes is just standing on the sideline, but, of course, the Vikings do switch quarterbacks from time to time. Beasley, the senior, out of Florida, third down and 11. Blitz is coming, takes the snap. The Vikings pick it up, throws over the middle. It's complete to Chris Owens.
Flag.
First down with a flag. It's probably a hold.
I think Lenoris Dukes went in motion too quick that time. I think Lenoris was moving towards the line of scrimmage before the ball was
called
snapped.
it.
Yep.
That would have been a first down to Chris Owens, but it's coming back, and the Vikings are making mistakes like they have never made all year long.
Yeah, and you just see Ottawa starting to gain more and more momentum. Their defense seems like they're a little bit more pumped up this series than they've been throughout most of the game.
9:51 to go in the first half, and it is 15-7 Valley, but that's a first down that's going to come back. Now it's going to be 3rd and 16.
Yeah, and we got to be careful. Don't want to throw a pick back here.
Yeah, if nothing else, punt the ball and play defense. You've got that 8-point lead. Do not make a mistake here.
And I see the Hannibal LaGrange soccer team coming in on the far side of the field. They'll be playing the Vikings here in a playoff game later this evening.
Third down, Beasley, again, his series had a first down, but it was called back. Now they jump out of the blitz. Beasley wants to throw. Guns it over the middle. He completes it for a first down across the 45, and that is Jacoby Bellard, his first catch of the day, and it's a first down at the 43-yard line of the Braves.
Great job by Taylor Beasley. Stayed in the pocket. The offensive line gave him time to throw, and he hit Jacoby Bellard on the dead run coming across the middle. Big third down completion right there.
Was it ever? 9:20 to go. Taylor Beasley, this is his series. He has Xavier Stewart in the backfield with him. Now Franklin goes in motion from right to left. They'll turn, hand it off to Stewart. Run that sweep to the left side. There's nothing there. That's blown up, and it'll be a loss on the play. And leading the defense is Zach Van Dusen, a first-team all-conference player from Moreno, California.
Yeah, Van Dusen, a 265-pound defensive lineman, and boy, he was in that backfield. And boy, that's a loss of about 7 yards all the way back to midfield. So Vikes need to pull a rabbit out of the hat here, but it's only second down.
8:40 to go in the half. 15-7 Valley. Well, that play worked early in the game, but Van Dusen wasn't going to allow it this time. So let's see if Beasley can pick up 15 yards in the next 2 plays and give the Vikings another first down. Beasley takes the snap, throws to the sideline. It's almost intercepted. Look out. Wow, that was fortunate. Tried to throw it to Travis Thornton, but stepping in was Logan Schultz, and he was about 6 inches away from a pick six.
Yeah, he got there, and that was a nice hit, and hit the receiver right at the same time the ball got there. So now you know that Ottawa's going to just lay back and cut loose on this play.
Well, let's see if the Vikings want to throw something deep, or if they just want to get part of this back and maybe go for it on 4th down. We're going to find out as Beasley will take the snap, and a little play action. Looking deep. Throws it to the sideline to Martinko. He goes up, makes the catch. Is he in bounds? No.
Oh, wow. What a great catch. Oh, man. I thought he might have gotten 1 foot down, but the official says no way.
Now, the official was there and said that is incomplete. What a job, though, by Martinko on that sideline. He went up, got it, but came down out of bounds. Both officials agreed, and so it'll be a punting situation for Maiden.
And I tell you what, Ken, Taylor Beasley had all kinds of time to throw. Another great job by that Viking offensive line, and they keep getting that kind of protection. That passing game's going to click.
So, Maiden will punt it away, and the Braves defense, a good job as they stop the Viking offense. Good snap. Here comes the rush. Maiden gets it away, sends it to the left side. It takes a Ottawa roll, and the Vikings will down it at the 26-yard line. So that's where the Braves go to work, trailing by 8. 8:01 to go here in this first half. We'll be back in 30 seconds on the Viking Sports Network.
The City of Marshall would like to congratulate the Missouri Valley Vikings on another great season. Thanks for all the excitement. Missouri Valley College and the City of Marshall have enjoyed a solid relationship over many, many years, and the city looks forward to many more. One of the great assets of Marshall is Missouri Valley College. The City of Marshall is very proud to have Missouri Valley College in our heritage, from the students to the staff, educators, and administration. Missouri Valley College is an important part of our city. I'm Connie Latimer saying, go Vikings.
On first down, Ginsmo over the middle, completes it. All the way to the 49-yard line to Travis Adamson. Little play action, and here come the Braves. They've got the momentum right now.
Yeah, Tyler Davis there to make the stop, but Adamson a nice pattern, and Ginzo really starting to throw the ball very well as he takes it all the way out to midfield.
Vikings better be ready. They're going to run the option play now. Gizmo runs, and he has some room. Fumbles the ball, and a pile up for it, and I think Ottawa's going to have it.
I think that was Trip Thomas that made the hit, but I think you're right. I think Ottawa looks like they fell on it, and that's going to be a pretty good gain of probably about 8 yards in one pile.
Well, what the Vikings have to do, they're trying to change players, but Ottawa's not letting them do that. Ottawa is running a no huddle here. Second down and 2 after the fumble. Ottawa has it 2nd and 2 at the Viking 42-yard line. Here's the handoff. And close to a first down is Hayes.
Yeah, I think he was
right
short.
At the 40.
He might have got it on second effort, but the Vikes stood him up right at the line of scrimmage. But I see where they marked the ball. He has to get to the 45 or to the 40 for a first down. It's going to be right at a first down.
They may measure. They're going to give him third down. They're going to be a little short. Coach Kessinger wants a measurement here, but they're going to say it's short. Third down and less than a yard.
Yeah, they move it back a little bit.
Ginzo now will go under center. He wants to sneak it. It's
I don't
close.
know if he got it or not.
They're going to give him the 40, I think, from the far side.
I didn't see him gain anything at all on that, but let's see where they mark it.
Yeah, they say just across the 40. So it's a quarterback sneak for a first down, and the Braves trying to march for what could be the tying touchdown. It's 15-7 right now.
Well, and you're right, Ken. They're taking very little time between plays. They're coming right up to the line of scrimmage and snapping, and the Vikes like to use a lot of people, so that's kind of throwing them off balance a little bit.
Ginzo will work out of the pistol here. 45-yard line of the Vikings is where he'll take this snap. And he wants to throw, rushes on, throws to the sideline. It is incomplete. Actually, I thought he was going to throw the side. Then he threw it up the seam, and a little high for Travis Adamson, who would have had a first down. It'll be 2nd and 10. He had nice protection that time.
Yeah, he did. Quentin Black, pretty good coverage for the Vikings that time, but ball's right at the 40-yard line. As you said, 2nd down and 10. We're down to 6:07 to go in the first half. Vikings lead at 15. Oh, we got a roughing the passer call now against the Vikings.
Wow. Just mistakes that this team hasn't made all year. And now it's a first down at the 24-yard line.
Wow.
Wow.
And the last time Ottawa was down here, Ginzo hooked up with Hilger for a touchdown pass.
So it's first down at the 24, a 15-yard penalty. Ginzo waits, takes the snap. He looks, he throws, end zone, it is incomplete. He was trying to get it, I think, to Adamson.
And Quentin Black both went up at the same time for the ball, and I think it fell to the ground. So
look, Quentin went up with him, and I didn't know if one of them came down in the end zone with it. The official didn't either. He waited, and that was incomplete. But again, taking no time off the clock, or taking no time between plays, 2nd down. Here's a handoff, and this time Hayes is hitting the backfield, and he's going to go down back at the 32-yard line. Whoa. They tried to run the ball to Dexter Hayes, and he was met in the backfield. They're going to say forward progress back at the 32, and that was a loss of about 8.
That whole interior line blew that one up that time. They were in that backfield. So nice job by Vikings.
3rd and long. Crowd on their feet for the defense. Empty backfield for Shane Ginzo.
Need to keep that pass rush coming.
3rd down. Vikings want a big play defensively. Ginzo rolls to his left. He is hit as he throws. It is incomplete. LaQuentin Black had that one pop off his shoulder pad as the pass was intended for Adamson. And now let's see if they're going to punt this thing. They're going to go at least set up for a long field goal attempt for Jeff Stamp.
Well, I think Ty Phillips put a pretty good hit on Ginzo. Ginzo a little gimpy as he limps off the field on the far side, but this is going to be a 50-yard field goal attempt. And he does have the wind behind his back, but it'll still be now they're going to mark it about a 49-yard attempt. So let's
Stamp,
see.
9 out of 6.